Hi, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this afternoon. Now, we are going to get right back into hunting, herding, black girls and women. Now, I'll give credit to where credit is due. This research was taken from the Final Call newspaper, December 2019 edition, December the 4th, okay? So this is take number 6 that I have for you today. So without further ado, take number 6 reads as such. Civil society supports victims. In the countries of the Northern Triangle, there are government efforts to develop victim care programs, but they are insufficient. And civil society organizations have had to take up the challenge. Myrna Argueta, executive director of the Association for the Self-Determination of Salvadoran Women, A.S. Mujeres, told IPS that the problem is serious because we are facing networks with great economic and political influence, and victims are not being protected. And there are very few programs to help with their reinsertion in society. Her organization has been working since 1996 with victims of trafficking, offering psychological and medical support, and is also an important ally of the Attorney General's Office in Victim Protection work. A.S. Mujeres collaborates with the police and prosecutors when victims have to be moved from one place to another in the most secretive way possible, especially when judicial cases against organized crime networks are underway. In the past, it has also offered shelter to women victims of trafficking, but now the prosecutor office does, said Ms. Argueta, who is also coordinator in El Salvador of the Latin American Observatory on Trafficking in Persons, which brings together 15 countries. As Mujeres' victim care program includes, in addition to psychological support, medical assistance, which incorporates non-traditional techniques such as biomagnetism performed by a physician specialized in this area, as well as massage and aromatherapy. Experience has shown us that with the combination of these 3 techniques, recovery is more effective and care is more integral, said Ms. Argueta. She added that since the program's inception in 1996, it has served some 600 trafficking victims. They currently offer support to 5 women who IPS could not speak to because they are under legal protection, and providing their names or a telephone number for them has criminal consequences. For the same reason, the public prosecutor's office also vetoed conducting interviews with victims under its protection. As Mujeres also promotes a self-care network. When the victim has gone through different stages, We integrate her with other women and they can share their experiences, making it less painful and helping them with their reinsertion in society, Ms. Arguenta added. She said many victims feel they are damaged, are worthless, and they turn to prostitution. Victims can spend anywhere from 6 months to 2.5 years in the program, depending on the complexity of each case. For example, there are women with acute problems of depression, suicidal thoughts, and persecutory delusions. According to figures from the United Nations office in Honduras, released in July, 80% of the victims of human trafficking in Central America are women and girls. In El Salvador, 90% of cases involve sexual exploitation, according to official figures provided by the Public Prosecutor's Office during the regional forum in San Salvador. However, other types of trafficking have been detected, such as labor, exploitation, forced panhandling, and others. So far this year, the prosecution has reported 800 victims, cases that are still open. Now, this is research in 2019. In Guatemala in 2018, the Public Prosecutor's Office detected 478 possible victims of human trafficking, 4% more than the previous year. There were 276 reported cases, also an increase of 4%. Children and adolescents continue to be vulnerable to trafficking, as 132 children and adolescents were detected as possible victims of human trafficking, 28% of the total, 111 of whom were rescued. They were victims of illegal adoptions, labor exploitation, forced marriages, or forced marriage, on the plural of it, forced panhandling, sexual exploitation, and forced labor of services. But the most invisible form of trafficking, according to the prosecutor's office, is the recruitment of minors into organized crime. And I'm actually going to stop this 6th take right there. So I want for you to be well, take care, and be blessed. It be it thy will, I'll speak with you soon. Here on Poem Praise 2, we'll complete this with take number 7. So until next time, later, y'all.